Good evening, everyone. Can you all hear me very clearly? Like, well,
Yes.
okay, perfect. Thank you so much for joining. Those of you who made, the time to join. I know it was a bit of a short notice, but we're also trying to keep it top of mind for folks, so they don't say, "Oh, we didn't see the invitation" and things like that, because we've had feedback like that in the past. But before we dive into the agenda, I just wanted to take some time to celebrate each and every one of us. First of all, I want to celebrate this phenomenal group of ESCOs. They've put in blood, sweat, and tears since last year, working hard, like really hard behind the scenes. Some of you don't even know this. This slide deck that we're enjoying right now, Toby was up working on this. He sent it like, was it about 2 a.m.? We got the slide deck. So a lot of people, a lot of sacrifices, people doing things while they're working, taking care of their families. So I just want to take a moment to really appreciate the ESCOs. Like a lot of the designs you see for like Navsec '06, Norma designed that. Like most of these things you have to pay for. It's not free. And so many people volunteering their services, their expertise, even legal advice, things like that that you have to pay, you don't get for free. We've gotten it from this phenomenal group of ESCOs. So I just want to say thank you so much. Is it putting together the financial reports like Favor, Alkeba, tracking everything? Or is it Buchi? Buchi, by the way, you guys, please help us celebrate Buchi. He's like the last ESCO member to join us, but he got his hands dirty as soon as he joined. It was almost like he had been with us all the while, and he just hit the ground running. And thank you so much, Toby, for recommending Buchi. He was a perfect addition to the group. He was exactly what we needed. He came when we needed him. Talk about appointed and divine timing. Buchi showed up at the perfectest time, if there's a word like that. So I want to take some time to appreciate everyone. Well, is it the welfare team? Like everyone's sacrificing so much. Everyone's busy, but they're taking out time to sacrifice. Is it the PGM team? I remember for the CSR, a lot of packaging, like folks packing stuff like at Rita's house. We're storing stuff at Rita's house. Helen went over there. Blessing went over there. But you went over there. Like people just packing stuff. Like everyone was dedicated. I hope I'm not forgetting any department. Jane, Toby, Anita, myself, the executive team, finance, Alkeba, Favor, the PGM team, Okpe. Oh my gosh, Okpe is like, she's my eagle eyes. If I need her to scrutinize anything, go over any documents, spot any mistakes, Okpe is my go-to person. So if you ever need someone, Okpe is the person. Okpe is the person to go to. Like she will spot every error, every single error. Nothing goes past her eyes. So is it Okpe, Helen, Love, and I feel like Tosin, Ebony. Oh my gosh, Ebony. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything. Who else? Please let me know if I'm forgetting anyone, because I want to be intentional about mentioning names. And I know we're already familiar with like the names of everyone who's in the ESCO group, but I'm happy to just go over and mention names of everyone. Everyone's been great. Hanala, Blessing, Denye, Chiaka, just everyone sacrificing so much. And I just want to say I'm so grateful. Ebenezer, who's also, he was part of the PGM team, but we had to, move him over to the PRO team with Norma, to help with the work, because at some point she was like doing all the work until Buchi came on board and just like helped with the heavy lifting. So thank you so much. I wanted to spend this first few minutes appreciating everyone. Please, if there's any name I forgot, please say the name, I beg. So I don't want it to seem like we overlooked anyone. So thank you all so much for your hard work. So grateful for you all. We are so grateful. Again, I want to celebrate the alumni. None of this would have been possible without each and every one of you, your financial support, your moral support, even the basic banter that we've had on the group, like people just posting jokes or videos or memes, or those things helped us build rapport, or in Nama's words, camaraderie. We built camaraderie. That was the goal. That was the first goal we had for ourselves. So just want to celebrate everyone. It's a phenomenal alumni as well. And as you guys know, every 2000 at the 2006 set has its own reputation, like on the national platform. Their eyes, they've been watching us, so a phenomenal group. Thank you so much. Please take a moment to just bask in all of this appreciation and appreciate yourself. If you don't feel appreciated, please appreciate yourself. I want you all to know that you all have been phenomenal. And just one thing, there is no perfect group. For there are no professional ESCOs. In fact, all of us on this ESCO, the interim leaders of the Navsec '06 group, we're all learning on the job, and we're still learning on the job. So of course we've had like our wins, our losses, we've had several moments, but I think the main thing that has stood out to me over the past year is the ability for us to come back together and do something, and just keep the goal we have in front of us and move ahead. So I want to take time to call that out, so that, you guys, please be patient with us. We're learning on the job. We're trying our best, and we are 100% open to feedback. We love feedback. It helps us to improve as a group, right? So with that said, I will pass it over to our governor, Toby Akinyele, to take us to the next slide and, help us along with the agenda. So thank you all so much.
All right, Chika, thank you. Thank you for that. Hi, everybody. Good evening in Nigeria. So I don't think for us in the ESCO, we're using this opportunity to give feedback on how the CSR engagement went. Amongst the many things that Chika said, we cannot thank everyone enough. The entire alumni, the house itself, and also admin and ESCO members. Thank you so much for making this happen. This is just feedback as to how everything went, what the goal was, our finances, how the money was spent, how much we received, what the deliverables were, what the feedback was after we presented those gifts, and what we should be looking forward to throughout the end of the year and coming years if we keep growing, pretty much. So it's a privilege to do this. I'm honored. And let's dive in, right? Who's ready? We sent the deck ahead of time so we can all go through it and scrutinize, ask questions. This is supposed to be a collaborative time where we just look at what we could have done better, see what we should be doing in the future, see if our money was well spent, and look at how we can make more progress together. All right, so again, it's been 20 years. The goal was in two phases. The first goal was to do something that can impact the school itself. The second goal was to do something to celebrate ourselves. So all of everything we've done so far is to give back to the school. Now, I suppose just erecting an edifice or doing anything else, we thought it wise to celebrate our teachers, as we all know, right? So the purpose was to return home, to pay gratitude, honor our teachers and staffs who shaped us. The entire team was just to appreciate them. So, well, at some point when we started this, it was looking like it was not going to happen. But I think every day we just showed up as an ESCO member with fights, with had the difficult decisions we had to make back and forth. It happened for a whole year, pretty much. And it was successful. Thank God. And thank every one of us and the efforts we put in to make it work. This was fully funded by the entire body, which means everybody gave in some way to make it happen. We got varying financial contributions to make this happen. It was coordinated by the ESCO members, as I said. All the teams were involved to make it happen. The event highlights. First of all, we had like an engagement to the school. We saw the commandant, who is a woman. She gave us a date. We told her what we were looking forward to executing. She gave us a list of. We had a list, but she just confirmed the list. We went back and forth to make sure that we're rewarding the right persons, at least to our own understanding. And then the school supported us through the two admins that were available in the school. On that day, when we showed up, all teachers were available. We streamed, so I'm sure you guys remember. Our teachers were available. We had the commandant represented by the second person giving a speech. I gave a speech, and we presented the gifts, about 150 gifts in total. Sorry, about 150 teachers were appreciated. 150 gifts were given out. And we had like feedback from the teachers. And obviously we had like coverage, we had a photo session, we had a media coverage session as well. After which we all moved to like a gathering sitting club in Navy Town, where we just hung out, we ate, we drank, we took pictures. So from what we've given out, we still have like some teachers were not available on that day and their names were there. So they reached out to us. Above and beyond, we have 7 gifts that still needs to be delivered. We've gotten those gifts already, so we just need to submit it to the school, and the school will help us give it to the teachers. This was a huge success beyond leaps and bounds. We had like press releases in close to more than 7 different presses, both digital and production prints were done. All right, so if you follow this link, you'll be directed to the entire financial statement that shows the inflows, the monies we got, how they were spent. So let's just dive into it. So Favor or Akeva, one of you will be doing this. Who's ready to do it?
Okay, hi, good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay,
Yes, I hear
so
you.
sorry, I'm trying to round up with this little man here. So yeah, you can hear me, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna put up my video. Yeah, but I'm sure you can hear me. Thank you. Say hello. Okay, so for the financials, we sent this to everybody. Sorry, just trying to open it on my end.
All right.
Okay,
I'm projecting it
so
as well.
sorry. Okay, yeah,
I'm
projection, that's
projecting.
awesome. Okay, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, yeah. So first of all, as everybody has said, I want to say a major thank you to everybody. This would have not been possible without everybody's contribution. And so from the financial, you can see that we got a total sum of 10.2 million from our amazing classmates. You guys are just amazing. This is way above what we even asked for. So we want to say thank you. So from out of these funds, you can see how we spent it. We registered for our CSC. We bought a lot of souvenirs, the printing, we gave cash gifts. On the day of the hall that we used, we had a lot of some expenses. So I'm not going to go line by line. This was sent to everybody. So the expectation was that you've looked at it and you have any question, you can ask during this forum. So I'm not going to go line by line. You can see all the expenses that we incurred. So out of all this, we still have a little balance, 905, that will be which will be applied to any other thing coming up. So you can go through it. We have the notes to the accounts, the flask from our gift box. If you remember, based on all the postings that we made on the group, we did some flask. We did the book where we put our reminders and all that. We've had the hand fans where we had our programs. I'm sure if you came for the program, you'll see how those beautiful hand fans. The teachers really loved this. Like some of them were asking for extra, So with the printing we made on the box, on the bottles, And then for the event hall itself, we had the rental, the chairs, the data, the cake, just various things. And then logistics, there was a whole lot of logistics involved, the souvenirs, sending boats to bring this, pick up. I want to say major thank you to the team that packed these boxes. It was not easy. They spent a lot of time, hours into the night, into the morning. They were packing these boxes. So a lot of this cost, most of our costs obviously were the souvenir and then the cash gift. So I think this has covered the finance. If there's anything that I'm missing, yeah, I don't think so. So yeah, so that's the summary of our finances. We had an inflow of 10.2 and we had a total outflow of 9.2, all applied towards our CSR. So you guys are amazing. Thank you for this contribution. We hope to see more of this for future projects. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Favor. One question for you. So how much do we have left in our purse? Yeah.
Okay, so right now, based on the financials we are seeing here, we have about 905,000 naira left. 905,000 naira. That is what is left in our accounts for now. So if you have any pending we don't based on my knowledge, we don't have any pending expenditure. I think we already covered for the remaining teachers we're supposed to provide for. So right now we have this amount in our purse to be applied to any future engagement that we might be involved in. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Favor. So if you have questions, well and good. Towards the end of the session, we'll take questions. So just note them and then we'll all look at it together. All right, so impacts. So I'll have Unoma Obuchi, whoever is available to cover this. But if you have the slide, if you go through this, if you click on it, it takes you to the images that were taken throughout the event. If you go through this, it takes you to the video as well that we had throughout the event as well. So you can download the pictures, you can post on socials. I posted on socials. Thank you. For as many that I liked and then commented as well. Buchi Unoma, is anybody going to say anything?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. So, I'll be speaking in place of Norma. She's unavailable at the moment, but I hope she'll join before the end of the session. So, Adesa has really said so much about the event, how everything went. So first and foremost, I would like to thank Blessing Chueba for giving us this great idea, because normally everybody would think about, doing a project, buying stuff for the school, things like that. But God just directed her to, for us to go through this route of appreciating the teachers. So it was really, really impactful, because every teacher that came for the event left very excited and motivated. So we thank everybody that contributed to the project. We thank everyone for their contribution. So when we arrived that day, it was, everywhere was just like a normal day. People were like, what's going on here? They heard we have an event, and people were just coming little by little, and we're trying to put everything together, and the atmosphere was lively. So that was how it all started till the program kicked off, and gifts were brought out, and they were like, wow, these people are very serious. Like, no other set has done anything like this for them before. So most of them were thinking maybe it's just they will come and maybe do talk, do motivation and all that. So, but when we brought out gifts and started sharing, and they saw the package we brought for them, they were amazed, and it really touched them so much. So we thank everybody that made that possible. So in total, we had over 150 teachers both serving and retired, that we honored on that day. So we presented them with gifts, like from the pictures you have seen. We gave them a gift box that contained a water bottle, a cash of 50,000 naira for the teachers that we left '06, and for the new teachers that are there currently, we gave them 20,000 naira. And then at the event, we had like a session where from the journal we created, there were like tributes made to teachers that were really impactful to many of us. So some of us had the opportunity to come out and also, appreciate them on that day. Our able PRO, Norma, gave a speech on that day too, in which she encouraged the teachers to continue their work, because sometimes like a teaching job is not something that you get, you see like the benefits apart from your salary that they pay to you. So sometimes teachers feel unappreciated, and you see that maybe many teachers are just doing the job out of, let it be that I'm doing something. But these CSR projects that we did this time around, it really touched them, and they really felt like, okay, these students remember us, and it was really a good source of motivation to them to continue their work. So Norma encouraged them to continue their work, and also told them that in future, like the current sets that are there, will even do more for them. So they should not relent in their effort, even if it doesn't seem like, the job they are doing, because let's be frank, teachers are underpaid. Like teachers, and teaching is like one of the professions that's supposed to have like the highest amount when it comes to payment. But everywhere around the world, teachers are like, they are not really, appreciated the way they should be appreciated. So we are happy that at least we put smiles on their faces on that day. So we had some very beautiful moments on that day. Like if some of you can remember Mrs. Jigawa from GSS, she was an science teacher. She unfortunately, she has been hospitalized for a long time, and she's amputated. One of her legs has been amputated. So, but she was really bent on attending on that day and participating in the program. Everything every other person was doing, she wanted to participate. So she was very, very happy to be there on that day. Also, another teacher that was really instrumental in helping us actualize this our dream was Mrs. Umejuburu. If you remember her, she's the music teacher while we were there. So she has been really, really helpful in helping us, actualize this dream, because she was the first point of contact for us when we wanted to do this. She was the first person that, we spoke to, and she provided us with the things that we need, like give us guidelines and guidance of how we're going to go about it. And she spoke on that day, she prayed for us, and she was really, really happy that finally we're able to actualize this dream of ours. Also, okay, in all the projects, the CSR project was a huge success. It even went better than we thought it was going to be, because everybody that showed up on that day, because some of the people that didn't even indicate interest to attend that on that day, they were there, and everybody just rallied round, helping out in one way or the other to, see that the event was successful. As you can see, we have had like many publications, all thanks to Norma for, helping us do all that. She has really been very, very, helpful in this publicity of our CSR project, and many sets have heard our doings, and Many of them are jealous, and many of them are even saying they are thinking about doing something like us and trying to, overdo us. But we have made the legacy of, being the first set of coming to appreciate the teachers. So we should all be very proud of ourselves and see this as an opportunity for us to, do more in future. It's not an easy project, but I believe if we come together, just as we have done, maybe in another 5 years, thereabout, we can be able to, do something more impactful than this. So thank you, everyone. Also, I would like to use this opportunity to, encourage us, because many people that attended that day, some of them, it was their first time since 20 years coming back to that school. So while we plan for the reunion proper, let's all try and, participate. Let's try, if even if we did not participate fully in this one, let's all try to, lend our voice, our finances, our resources, however way we can. Let's try when we plan our reunion so that we'll do more. Our reunion, they will hear about our reunion too, and they'll be like, wow, this said. So I want to urge all of us to not relent. Let's just, continue to encourage the ESCOs, encourage ourselves, and, participate, because it's by our participation. If the ESCOs are coming to, talk every day, ginger us to, participate, and the reaction is just cold, everybody's just, it will not motivate them to do more. So let's try our best to come out when we call on us. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Very well said. We can spend some time to just go through some of the um, testimonies, right? Testimonies from our teachers. Amongst many of them that we got, these are the ones that we can just put here from Mrs. Umejubu, Mr. Deyemi, and Mrs. Uzoechi. I think it was just remarkable. So yes to doing more, yes to more collaborations as well.
Toby, please, can you read
You
out
can
the
also,
testimonials so that people can hear? We can't really see. Please, thank you.
okay. Let me start with Mr. Adeyemi. He says, good afternoon. On behalf of your teachers, I say a big thank you for the gift of cash you showered on us today. I was almost shedding tears when I was reading your testimonies about us. I pray God will continue to bless you and you will continue to prosper in all your endeavors. Almighty Allah, SWT, will continue to enrich your cause, guide and bless you all. I wish you a safe journey to your various destinations. This is the first time we're witnessing this type of event in our school, in your school. Our mind and spirit will continue to pray for you at all, you all at all times. We are very happy and grateful. And then Mrs. Ume Juburu, 2006 sect and ESCO, you made my shoulder high today. Teachers are proud of you. You are all high flyers. You have done extremely well, and it is only God that can reward you greatly. It is only your set that has shown this great passion for the educators who impacted on you. May God remember each and every one of you for good. My prayer for you is that you will never know a better and greater yesterday. You will continue to move forward and above. God will give you multiple income while you serve Him in Jesus' name. You will know no lack, and God will give you longevity of life, according to His word in Psalm 91:16. May God grant you restful and refreshing night rest. Shalom. Love you all. And then, lastly, Mrs. Uzoechi. Okay, how is family doing? My sister, your prayers are with my prayers are with you today. She was chatting with Blessing, anyways. And then everybody, teachers share tears of joy. Generations will hear about your set. The God of heaven will remember and bless each of you, each one of you. When I read the lines each person wrote, so remember we gave them that jotter that has testimonies, and that was even like major for them because they saw their names and all that. It was marvelous. The God of heaven remember and bless each one of you. When I read the lines each person wrote about me, I was fulfilled that my labor is blessing endless fruits, because you are also transferring what you have to your children and young ones around you. Congratulations to you all. Say me well to each one of you. All right, so me well to each one of you. All right, so amazing, amazing stuff. Okay, so I think before we get, we're done pretty much. Matters arising, this will see us talking about any other different things pretty much. So I think we can take questions if you have questions, or if you want to make a comment, say a statement, or anything. This is pretty much the end of our meeting, and then we talk about matters arising, and then we wrap up. All right, Chika, so just raise your hand, and then we'll pass the mic around. Chika, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Toby. And just thank you to everyone who has presented. I know this may or may not be a question on people's minds, but I just wanted to make sure we addressed it in case someone is thinking about it and not saying anything about it. So in regards to our finances, and thank you so much, Favor, for that very thorough presentation, and thank you so much, Alkeba, as well, for all the work you both did in the background. The one thing I wanted to point out to the group was we had a system of checks and balances when it went to disbursing funds, right? So we had to go through official routes. There was no like one person who was, yes, we have our financial people, Favor and Alkeba, but we had a system whereby every dime or every kobo, every naira that was disbursed, there was an accountability piece for it. In essence, we had like a fund release request form that one person from the executive team and one person from the finance team had to sign. So it was a dual signature process before any funds were released. And just for the records, just putting this out there, for every transaction that was done, we have an electronic paper trail. So every water bottle that was purchased, everything that was paid towards logistics or printing or program or even design, like whatever we did, food, everything, every single thing was documented. Every single thing has an electronic paper trail. Now I say this because I helped with that fund release form, and I tracked, we pretty much have our files. Everything is documented. So if anyone, for whatever reason, wants, maybe you just want to have like a better idea of how the funds were spent, like if you want like a breakdown of every transaction, we have that information if you need it. We have the amounts, we have the dates, that everything was disbursed, and we have the signature of both Toby. So Toby was the person on the executive team who served as a one signatory, while Akeba was our other signatory, who signed. So it was a dual signature process before any funds were released. So we made sure we enforced, I don't know if enforced is the right word, but there was a process of, we were very transparent. We gave accounts for every naira that was, disbursed or had to be taken out of the account. Accountability was top notch. Like you see, when people were donating, for example, you would see that Alkeba would post, every time we received a donation. At some point, Favor took over posting. So you would see that for those of you who were for those of you who joined recently, you probably don't have access to that information. But for those of you you've been on the group for a while, you saw that every donation that we received, we were posting names. Now, you may have noticed at some point at the beginning, we were posting amounts, but then we thought that folks would want to see their names. So that was why we removed the name, we removed the amounts, and we put names, and then we put like the total figure. So if anyone wants records regarding who gave what, I think it's something we're eventually going to do at some point. Who gave what? How much was given? We have all of that information. So in essence, I'm saying that your ESCO team, this current interim ESCO, like accountability top notch. It was one of our major priorities. We wanted to make sure not only were we holding ourselves accountable, but we were very transparent and we had a structure in place. So money was just, this was not a, I'm sorry, this was not a Nigerian government situation where, you cannot give account. Everything we did was by the book. And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to point that out in case someone's thinking, how did we disperse the funds? How was the money used? So that folks have that at the back of their mind. So please, if you have questions, if you want additional breakdown of how the money was used, what it was used for, if you want to see like line by line item, we're more than happy to provide that information to you. And with that, I will pass it over to Tony. I had seen your hand up, so please ask your question. Thank you.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'd already chickened out to Chika. Your own speech was long,
I'm
so
so
I've
sorry.
forgotten my questions. Okay, yes. Um, so who leaked the contact details of people? The one that made you so mad? Who did you find out? Did you ever find out who did that?
We did not find out yet. But what we did notice was that it slowed down. It wasn't happening anymore after that. So we haven't gotten any harassing messages or calls from teachers because that was what was happening. They were calling like random people that didn't even have like, I mean, it was
So that
even
could have come from anywhere. Sorry, I just wanted to mention that the way you had put it on the group that day, it seemed a bit off. If you break that fan, man, I don't know, it rubbed me off the wrong way. You said
okay.
something about, oh, if you release the contact details of leadership, and I had to look back again to read, you know, that stuff you wrote over. There's no reason to release anybody's contact details except you have their permission. Nobody, whether leadership or not. So you just emphasizing leadership, it just rubbed me off the wrong way. I just wanted to point that out this evening. That's the reason why I joined this meeting, actually.
Well, thank you for pointing that out. Now, the reason why that was emphasized is not that everyone's contact information wasn't important or shouldn't be protected. The main reason for pointing that out was because we were receiving harassing calls. No one on the platform had complained or reached out to say, hey, I've been getting calls from teachers and these are the things you're saying. Now, if someone had reached out and said, hey, I'm getting these harassing calls from teachers. Teachers are bothering me asking about packages. Now, that's a whole different idea. It's not to undermine like, oh, it's only leaders' information that shouldn't be released. No, the focus there was the harassment that the ESCO was facing at that point in time because someone was sharing our contact information and we didn't know who was doing that. And as a result of that being shared, we were being bombarded with calls. Like, for example, one of the person who got a call, and she was the one who handled the packages, right, was Rita. Like, how did they know to call Rita? Because Rita wasn't even present for most of the event. She came in, helped out.
And I can imagine how distressing it would have been.
Yeah.
Nobody's justifying it. I'm saying maybe you should have said, oh, this something, something, something. I can't quite remember what you wrote, but it was like, as if there'll be consequences, for releasing leadership. If you release anybody's details, there should be consequences. Do you get what I'm saying? It just didn't seem right to be saying, oh, what the hell is even leadership? Your escorts, how long is escorts supposed to stay for? Because I think I want to vote out some people. I want to be escort too, so that me too I can be in leadership. I don't know if you get where I'm coming from. Really, it just seemed a bit, I don't want to say classes, you know. But that's how it seemed to me. Maybe we should tone down. Maybe we should look at the kind of language. I don't quite understand what you were trying to say. It's just some other part of it wasn't necessary. Just say, please don't release people's information is wrong, you know, and that would have sufficed. and not emphasize leadership. I don't know if I'm the only one here. So I just had to air my mind. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. So thank you for airing your mind. And I'm sorry you misunderstood the tone. And I'm sorry if I sounded classist, because that was not the intention. I was talking from a place of harassment, and I'm sure no one would like to be harassed. It's just like, imagine you or your family member, is telling you, oh, this person is calling me, and someone else is like, this person is calling me. I don't know who these people are. They're just calling me and asking me for things. So coming from that mindset, and that morning alone, that wasn't like the first thing we had. I think just that week, someone had also called Toby as well. Toby was like, he doesn't know who received. So it was like an ongoing thing. So it was from that like pressure, right? So again, I apologize if it sounds that way, but if it sounded that way, but that was not the intention. Again, everyone's contact information is important. No one's contact information should be released without their consent. Yeah, but at that moment, the focus was on the harassment we were having. And regarding leadership, remember, we are interim leads, and I'm so glad that you have volunteered yourself, because we will definitely be putting you on the ballot for next year, because that's when we will start our transition. And I may as well just, ride on this wave and encourage as many people as possible who would be interested in running next year. Huh? I would like to use this as an opportunity to welcome everyone who would be interested in being an ESCO. Please, you don't even know how eager we are to hand over the baton, because we've received so many, like we've had so many, like we've received feedback. We like feedback. We've had like a lot of criticisms and things like that. So please, we are so eager to hand over the baton. So come next year, we just want to finish well with the reunion. Each ESCO term, and Jane will talk more about this, by the way, so I don't want to take away the shine from Jane. Jane will talk about this. It's a 2-year, for now, at least for us. We gave ourselves a 2-year assignment. So come next year, please, guys. We will be electing new people who will take over from us, so that you guys can be in our shoes and you can feel the pressure that we've been feeling for the past year. Trust me, it's not a bed of roses. Yes. So, Fichiku, please, over to you. Thank you.
All right.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Chika. Thank you, committee. I think you guys have done like an amazing job. But I think what I wanted to point out with regards to CSR is, I know on the day after, as we called names, we had a lot of people come up to us to say this person's name is not there, that person's name is not there, or I know at some point we had to switch like about 2 or 3 boxes for people whose name. I know Mr. Agbola got a box that did not have his name. So I know someone like Mr. Fanama's name was not on the list. So why I'm saying this is because I don't know how the compilation of names went about. I don't know if it was the teachers who like gave you guys names. I sort of expect that the school would have like a directory for maybe teachers of the past or something. I don't know. I think where they got the names from was like the biggest problem, because if you ask like maybe somebody who's to teach them to give you names, they will probably give you names of people that they remember, and not what's like all of what's really like all of the names. You get what I'm trying to say? I think that caused a lot of issues on the day, because we had to like just try to make do of the situation, try to manage the situation and all of that. I think that maybe that's something we want to almost put as recommendation for the next time we want to do something like this, or maybe just organize anything generally. Then I think secondly, personal, from my own POV, I know that at the point when we started this, I think I said I wanted to work in like the projects committee. I volunteered, and somebody came to my DM, texted me and said, "Yo, you want to join?" I said yes, and the person didn't say anything to me. I just didn't want to push, and that's why I let it slide. I don't think that's it just didn't feel good that somebody wanted to actually help like the committee and didn't get the chance to do that. So those are things I wanted to point out.
Thank you so much for your feedback, and I'm so sorry that no one followed up on you. And if you still want to join the PGM group, please, we still have a lot of work to do, and we would love to have you, as well as if there's anyone who wants to join, please, we're still welcoming people because we have a lot of work ahead for the reunion. Regarding and please, Toby, if you want to speak to this, you're welcome to, anyone from the PGM team or PRO team, please feel free to raise your hand, interrupt me, and just take over. Pending the time someone volunteers themselves, I'll just try and break this down. So, Fechuku, to answer your question, last year when we started this, Mrs. Umejiburu was our main point of contact. Blessing was helping us liaise with Mrs. Umejiburu. We had an admin guy that we were working with, as well as a different EXO and commandant, and they had given us a list. So our goal, first of all, we wanted to focus on the 2006 teachers and the retired ones, right? But the main goal was 2006 teachers. But then we thought, sorry, someone saying something. Just released. Okay, so we thought that, okay, it would be unfair to go to the school and only give gift items to 2006 teachers. So we decided to expand the list to include all the teachers in the school. And then depending on how much, and even staff, depending on how much we had left, we would include the retired teachers, because honestly, our main goal was, when we found out that the teachers who had taught during our time, most of them were either deceased or they had retired. Like, those were the people we really wanted to give back to, and those are still teaching, right? So we had that. And then in the period of fundraising took a lot of time at first. It was really slow. We weren't really having a lot of funds. Things were going really slowly. Eventually it picked up. To cut the long story short, by this year, the commandant and EXO had changed, and we had a new VP. And by the way, the list we got, like the project management team, especially Ebony, they spent a lot of time combing through the list because there was a lot of duplicates. So fast forward to this year, I don't know if you guys remember, we had a couple reps from our set go visit the current commandant and EXO, and that was Blessing, Rita, Norma, Buchi. Yes, they went to go visit the current commandant and they spoke, and it was a nice visit, right? So they had brought up the list that we had and all of that stuff. And they sent us another list. This time around, Fechuku, because all this while we had been working with 150, 60 something people, right? That was the list we had, and we had raised funds based on that. By the time we got the new list, Fechuku, we had over 400 people on that list. So what had happened, again, I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, and that's why we had to be very careful and strict. They had multiplied the names, and for just to be respectful, I'm not going to be calling out anyone who was behind this, because at this point we had a new admin, and this new admin we have is phenomenal. She helped us so much, so much. By the time we got the new list, Fechuku, we had 432 teachers. We're like, how can teachers multiply in a space of 1 year? Like, even all the years that we're in Ojo, if you count from 2006 up until this point, we've never had up to 400 and something teachers and stuff. Like, there's no way. How is that even possible? So what was happening is, even teachers that have left Nigerian Navy Secondary School and are teaching at Air Force, I don't know who was reaching out to them. They're like, oh, they wanted to be included in the list. Some people added their friends, people that have traveled abroad, people that don't have any business on the list. They were just adding people. And there was one particular person, again, I will not mention names just to be respectful, that had multiplied this list, you know? And we're like, how did they, like, I don't know if they got wind of the fact that we wanted to give money, because I know the ESCO had been pretty tight-lipped about like what we wanted to give. We hadn't really mentioned money or anything, right? I don't know how they got wind of it, but at that point it became a mess and we had to make a decision. And Mrs. Umejiburu had advised us. She said, why did you ask for a new list? Why didn't you just work with what you had from last year? Because at this point we're like, there's no way we can go back and start raising funds. We've already told the group, we are trying to raise, was it 7.8 million? And then all of a sudden we're having 400 and so, like, there's no way. Are we going to give the teachers 10K each? In this economy, like 10K will not do anything for anybody. So we had to make a choice. It was really tough. It was so tough. It even caused some minor disagreements amongst ourselves. So we had to make a tough choice and call and tell the admin, like, hey, the list we got from last year, that's the list we're going to be working with. However, we also had to apply wisdom, right? The teachers that were mentioned in the journals that we wrote tributes to, the retired ones that are alive, we would also like to invite them and give them gifts. So we had our list that we presented to the admin. The admin helped us cross-check, and then she removed names that didn't need to be there, like the names of people that had left or, you know, different school or had no business being in the list to begin with. I'm just summarizing. I'm sorry if I'm talking too much. Now, guess what, Fichuku? After we had done all this work, trying to identify teachers, reach out to people and all that, the day off or the day before, this same person that had multiplied the list, he went and invited all his friends that were not on the list. That was what happened. That was where the chaos started. People that had no business, we had said, this is the list. I'll keep in mind, this particular person no longer operated in the capacity that they were operating in as at last year. But we were just choosing to be respectful, and we even packed them a gift. They went and invited them. So it became like a clique thing, and it was almost like the person was like, oh, all of this started with me, so it has to end with me. You know, so he invited all his friends, and it was almost like the ESCOs, the moment they saw some people, they were like, oh my gosh, we're in trouble. And so the current admin had to give us a heads up that, hey, this is what she has heard has happened, though. We should prepare ourselves and brace ourselves. So that was where the chaos ensued from. We had a list, we had a budget. There's no way, we know the way the economy is. There was no way we were going to come back to the group and start soliciting more funds when people have already given out, you know, what they could give at that point. So we had to make a tough decision, you know, and, you know, stuck with the list. For folks who weren't present, we gave, you know, and then even after all of the CSR with the harassing calls and everything else, we still had to go pack, like the folkses that I said, the folkses, I don't even know if that's the right word. For the folks who we had their boxes, you know, we kept those. We had to pack additional, was it 4 or 5 boxes just for some people, for peace, you know. And thank God, if not that you guys had given more than what we had originally planned, we would have been in a deep mess. Because what eventually happened, you guys saw we had like a whole event, we cooked, we decorated, none of that was on the plan. We wanted to do something very simple, very basic, go to the school, distribute the boxes, and then we go home and we feel happy and fulfilled because we weren't going like all the whole publicity. We just wanted to do within our means and, you know that we've done a good deed. But the event took off on its own. It became a whole big deal. And we're grateful. We're grateful at the success and how beautiful it was. But we had to make some really tough choices. And a majority of what the tension you witnessed on that day, Fichuku, was because of one person that caused chaos and commotion and multiplied our list. I was like, I don't know if this is the case of 5 loaves and 2 fishes, because I don't understand how less than a year teachers and non-staffs will multiply like it doesn't even make any sense. So that was that's the whole story behind it. Well, I've left out some details, but that's just a necessary part to know about it. So that's what happened. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, I get. I thank you so much, Chika. I think that clarifies. I like, for me, I know that organizing things for a lot of people is always going to be a problem, but I was just maybe recommending for like subsequent times actually. But this clarifies really. It's nothing on the executives or people who organize it actually.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Yeah. So Toby, over to you. I don't know if you want to. Oh yeah, I think Unoma is next, and I think I see her. So Unoma, over to you if you're where you can speak. Did we lose her? Norma, are you still there? Okay. While we are waiting for Norma, Toby.
Yeah. So again, I would just want to add that, of course, there are learning curves. There's a couple of things we could have done better. There are a couple of things we will still do better. And yeah, I think above and beyond, this was a huge success. Thank God for making it happen. We just need to be more collaborative, work as a unique team, as one hand to achieve even greater heights. That being said, while we wait for Unoma, so sorry, all of everything that happened in the first half of what we've done this year was to impact the school. The second half of what our 20-year reunion is supposed to be about is the celebration of life itself after 20 years. We are scattered around the world at the moment, but we envision a situation where we can all gather at the end of the year, end of year gathering, pretty much to have like a reunion celebration. We want to like make it really elaborate, and we want every one of us to be involved, irrespective of where you are. We're putting it out now so you can make concrete plans towards it, especially for folks who are outside Nigeria. I want to be part of it. Please make plans. A lot of folks would have wanted to fly in for the reunion, but for some reason that didn't happen. For the CSR rather, but that didn't happen. But for the reunion, it's going to be at the end of the year. Let's make plans towards it. We want to have like a possible 2-day event where we can lodge in an hotel, have fun, have various categories and segments of engagements, intellectual, something about a dinner or party, whatever the case is. We are still putting the thoughts together. I don't know how we'll like elaborate on all of these things, but that's just the big idea. So I'm just throwing it out there so we can have it in mind. I'm sure Norma will still join us before the end of this so she can elaborate on that. So I'm going to skip the first thing, the 20-year reunion celebration. Going into the second thing, I'd like to call on Doinye. There's a pressing matter we have for welfare, and we have to like talk about it as a group, because to make this a success, we need to work together as a team. All right. So
thank you, Adeza. Quickly, we received bad news about one of our members. She has been diagnosed with breast cancer, and since we got the news, we thought it would be nice as well for everyone to be aware. We know we just contributed for the CSR program, so we're not demanding that you help out in this trying time for her. If you can be there emotionally, if you can reach out, send messages, that would be definitely helpful. We would come together in welfare and communicate when would be the nice time, or like the account number to help her, because right now she needs about 6 million naira for the first procedure. So anybody who's like willing to help out in this time would be really appreciated. So we will communicate the accounts and details to support her financially. But we want to also put it out that we would like support spiritually as well. If you put her in your prayers, if you can reach out to her. She's in good spirits right now, which is very good, because a member of the welfare team, Blessing, was there with her. I think Alkeba as well, really close. We've gotten documents, the verification of all the diagnosis actually right now. So we had members go check up on her, and she was really, really in good spirits. So we're happy about that. We hope that continues. And yeah, we just wanted to communicate that to the entire group and make sure that we're not keeping this news to ourselves, so you're all aware as well. And we'll communicate the next steps very soon.
all right, sir. Thank you. Sorry, are we saying the name? Did you say the name?
Yes, Adobe.
Okay.
Adobe, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if you need specifics, you can send a message to either Denye or Alkeba or Ebony Michika, our Blessing Chumba, right? they have like specifics. So if there's, I don't know, but if it's cancer, it's pretty serious. She has started chemo. That's going to be for a period of time as well. If you have links to like an NGO, non-governmental organization that helps with phases like this for individuals, just putting it out there, please. I think we need your help. If you can reach out to anyone, a senior colleague, if you're in the health industry and you feel you can help in any way, she needs all the help she can get. It's not like we'll do everything, but let's just do the one that we can as a team, banking on our resources. So no help is too small. If there's any way you can help, just reach out to as many persons I've called, Denye and Allah, Ebony Michika, our Keba, Blessing Chumba. Reach out to them personally, send them a message. How can you help? And then let's just add it to the list of things we are going to be doing to help her walk through this phase. All right, so let's move over to okay. So for welfare, as Naye mentioned, we'll have something well documented that we'll share with the house. It will definitely involve us donating and contributing again to see how much we can put together. So open your hearts, open your purses, and let's make it happen. All right, so Jane, back to you for ESCO succession plan.
Sorry, one quick thing, please. Can I add one
sorry.
quick thing?
Yeah, please go
Thank
ahead.
you. So our friends are, just for the record, again, just to be HIPAA compliant, we will not be sharing her medical records on the alumni platform. For her privacy, we will not be doing that. We have both reviewed the ESCOs, and not even all of the ESCOs. We didn't even post her medical records or her treatment plan on the ESCO platform. Again, for her privacy, it's a very sensitive matter, when it comes to health. Now, unless she chooses to do that herself, she's welcome to do that. But like Denye has said, Toby has said, a few of us, we've reviewed her treatment plan, and we've also reviewed her diagnosis. She had comprehensive tests done, CT scan, regular tests, breast tissue, all of that. So it was done. And as a matter of fact, she started chemo on Wednesday. Wednesday was when she had her first chemo session. So everything is verified. Again, I mean, if you want to talk to the people who went to go visit her, so Blessing and Rita and Helen, I don't know if anyone's available to speak. They went to go visit her. So if you want to hear, a little bit more about her welfare, we can invite one of them to speak. So it's pretty serious. It's a stage 3 cancer. It's stage 3. So it's a bit aggressive. And so we want to try as much as possible to do what we can. And one of the reasons why we are really trying to do what we can at this point is because we have lost another alumni member to cancer. I don't know if anyone remembers Timmy Brown. And in her own case, it was kept a secret and we didn't know. So when she passed, it was such a painful moment for, so many of us, that some people are actually still dealing with the trauma as we speak. Like we didn't know, we couldn't help, we felt helpless. So again, not to put pressure on anyone, because we just recently concluded the CSR and we carefully considered all of these details, including presenting this to the general alumni on here. We know that things are hard. Again, it's going to be free will. No one, don't feel pressured. We'll do what we can. But I want you to know the gravity, the nature of it. It's actually pretty serious. And she does need help. And even the ESCOs, we're doing what we can and would like to invite as many people who want to help as well, save her life while we still have that opportunity to do so. Okay, thank you.
Right, thank you. Thank you, Chika. Jane, for the ESCO succession plan.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Yeah, before I start the ESCO succession plan, I just want to add to Adobe's health issue. Please, if we're reaching out to her, we should also be in good spirits. No, just being good, because she's in good spirit. If you reach out to her, you know she's in good spirit. So when we're sending our messages, we should know what to write. Don't kill her spirit and all. Then secondly, why we even want this out is because we don't want what happened to Timmy. We not that we made a mistake, or we don't want what happened to me to happen again, because Timmy's own was, we're not in the know, although we didn't even have a structure or whatever. So we're not in the know. So this we know. We just want to, do our best and let God do the rest. Okay, that being said, our ESCO succession plan, let me just give a brief intro of how the interims came in place. We had a town hall meeting just like this, and some people volunteered, some people were nominated, and that's how the interim ESCOs began. Nothing, no partiality, it was just like this, having a meeting, and we started, picking each other and volunteering. So that being said, this other one, okay, and this interim is just for 2 years. As I think Chika has said that before, it's just for 2 years. The previous year and this year. And this year, we had two major projects being our 20th anniversary to handle. One was the CSR, and the other the reunion, which one we are done with, and the second we're planning in December. So that being said, the ESCO succession will not really hold on, because we're still, let me use the word control, till December. So but this is just, even before I made said something, I was happy Fechuku came up with, he wanted to join and all that, and it gladdens my heart, because at first I thought maybe, people will be scared of nominating themselves, or even trying to take one position or the other. So this really gladdens my heart, and is a call for everybody. If you want to assist, you can even start now. You don't really need to wait to when we have an election, because definitely an election is going to come up, because this one there was no election, and the election, the interim ESCOs will, assist to make that election a smooth transition, the winners and all. We have all what we've done documented, finances, everything is documented, so handing over is no big issue when that time comes. But this is just an open call. If you're interested, you don't even need to wait for the election processes. Even the ESCOs that are on now, I think they have the right to, vote, and also be nominated if they want. And while, calling on the group, if you even want to start working now, please, I'm glad Vechuku indicated, if anybody else, please, you can still assist. Just, show your notify one of the ESCOs and all that, and you'll be added, because we still have our reunion to plan in December, and the ESCOs will go back. This meeting was just because of the succession of the CSR, but we have a lot to do. We have to go back and start planning on the reunion. And for Adobe, I think the fundraising for reunion will have to hold on because of Adobe's health issues, because that was paramount now. So after that, maybe we the ESCOs will decide when to start requesting for, fundraising. Sorry, contributions for the reunion. So please, this is just an open call. If you are willing, if you can help identify any department you wish to assist now, or you can wait till when we call out, time for nominations and those who are interested. Ades, I think that's all from my own side.
All right, Jane, thank you. So do we have contributions based on everything we've talked about, either for Adaobi's welfare case or for the EXO succession plan? Does anybody has anything to say? Enoba, do you have something to say?
No, I don't. Nothing for now. Thank you.
Okay. What do you think so far? We're doing good.
Okay, maybe I should just I should just pick it up then. All right, I'll just say thank you guys, because I mean, planning is no joke, trust me. And for most of us, we might not been kind of privy to the background work, and so I appreciate Chika for letting us know all of the dramas that happened. 400 names and all of that. Man, that was would have raised maybe like times four, right? Of what we raised. So thank you for sharing that, and I kind of appreciate it, because sometimes, like, the time is not right. When the time is not right, rather, to say these things, like, you just want to move, people think you're just sailing, right, and all of that. So yeah, thank you for that, and I really appreciate you all, because I mean, thank you, literally. And I would say, regarding what was raised by, I don't know if it's Tony, right? About the contacts and all of that. I had to go back to the message literally while she was speaking, because she wasn't really picking anything, from the message, but just off her head and all of that. And while I appreciated the fact that she spoke her concerns, right, which is also real, like, not to be overlooked. I went back to the message and was like, okay, the intro has like caps, maybe just to get our attention and all of that. But reading again, I felt like, okay, maybe there was some strong message there for some persons, because people would read things, in different ways, right? So I just think that um, when we want to state certain things, we must understand that people read it differently and add tones maybe where you're not adding tones. And you have come from the angle of maybe the calls that have been received and all of that, right? I mean, it's tiring after such a wonderful event, or whoever has been receiving those calls. So just to say that when we want to type on that group, just know that people read it differently, and so it might help to just check things again and all of that. And it was interesting again to hear that that was the reason why she joined this town hall. Yeah, personally, I felt like, oh, so this is the only reason you came to this town hall, and you did what you did,
Right.
and So yeah, I mean, I'm saying all of this to say that respect is key, right? We're all secondary school mates and everything. So trust me, I feel like one of the easiest people to kind of have some small, I don't want to call it disrespect, but some kind of, do things as you like, is from that sect of people, like people you were in same secondary school with and all of that. But I just want to remind us that respect is important, right? And all of the values or principles, whatever thing we'll keep out there as a group, we should always still remember it, whether you're speaking to the excos or excos speaking to us. So I just thought that that was what I was going to say later. And for everyone, I wish she was here, just so that I say that when the excos say we the excos, or are saying the leadership, it might not necessarily be in a strong way or classism, or establishing any classist thing. The truth is, if you've given your extra time volunteering for this cause, it's okay for me to call you my leader. Trust me, and not feeling, down or put down in any way. So yeah, let's just keep on in terms of respecting one another and remembering that people read things differently, as long as it has to do with charts. And for Adobe, thank you, Jane, for stating that. Thank you also, Chika, like you all, for letting us know what this is about. For everyone that has gone, I mean, to the great beyond, like they say, from our set, it's something that you still, remember them and wish they were here. So I trust that we're gonna try as much as we can, and as Jane has said, that the other will be put on hold for now. we trust that people would respond. This is beyond the excos, it is about everyone. So yeah, thank you. I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Noba. So one more thing, big shout out to Adams. I see him here. So I remember Adams and Rita, who again are currently serving in the military. And I think it was super helpful. The major things they did to make us have like a smooth sail. After the event, we had to go to sitting club. It was through Adams. He just showed up. We all just showed up unplanned, and then they gave us space and all that. The reception, just entering Navy Town as well, moving in and out of Navy Town. Rita helps with that. So it was just amazing to see them execute their duties for our sake. So yeah, big ups to them. I mean, well, I think personally, what will make me feel that we respect ourselves, there's mutual respect, there's mutual collaboration and love and dignity, is the fact that we should be able to easily move all of these sets of ESCO members away and bring in new sets of people who can work and even supersede what we've done. We're trying to really build something good here with a strong foundation and a big foot to step on. From finance to welfare, we've treated a number of things that most of us in the house don't even know about. When it comes to jobs, giving people personal money, we've had to even contribute amongst ourselves because we don't want to overburden the house, things like that. And I know that if Blessing will say it any day, anytime, that, oh, we are doing something, but it cannot be sometimes as good as what people will do when we leave. So I want us to like have that ownership mindset to want to take on some of these responsibilities, right? Chika is a phenomenal admin executive, and we need somebody that can actually surpass that to take over what she's already doing. Alkeba Favor, Helen Blessing, Pastor Love, Jane. We need like people, the governorship space itself. So let me include myself too, right? And then the good thing is that this is not actually to say that, oh, we'll leave and hands off. No, we're still a part of, let us be members of the community, of the house. Let us have new leaders. Let's make progress together, do remarkable things together. Let it go around. Let it touch everybody pretty much, right? So that's my final call. So we don't want a situation where we're trying to like put a succession plan together, nobody's interested, nobody wants to be nominated, everybody's removing themselves. It will mean that you are forcing us to do the same thing that we feel should be handed over to every other person. Okay, so please be involved, start thinking of what position you can work in. Adams, please, we need you, especially you, Adams, Enoba, Ifenwa, right? Tony, Oyebode, Esther, Gabriel. Let's make it happen. Let's make it work so that we can like do big things. Do you know that there are some of us within ourselves that need better jobs, right? That need opportunities. We cannot even know because we're not like, we're doing well, but we can do so well. The only way we can build this collective, harmonious synergy, that's the word, is to get close to each other. As guys, as females, as ladies, just get close to each other, right? So this is just my last encouragement to make sure it works. So going back to the reunion, again, once we have a reunion, end of year is going to be in December. We need all ideas on board. We want to make it a 2-day event. Some of us have contacts to hotels we can use. accesses to speakers we can bring in to talk about finance, to talk about marriage? Should we have like a relationship segment? Whatever the case is, we can receive as much ideas now so we can start planning. And like if we can properly plan, we can have a really good 2 days at the end of the year, right? So Unoma, our excellence, Unoma will put together like a solid plan. If you have ideas of things we can do, please reach out to Unoma so she can include it in the plan. We also need to give for that. Again, if you notice that when we say give, it's actually a blank check. So which means it's based on your capacity. There's no pressure, right? We're not forcing anybody to bring anything out of their pockets. There's no pressure on anybody. It's clear that some people are taking holidays from country to country. That's different from me that has a 9 to 5 and it's also living in Nigeria. We cannot be in the same level, you understand? So please, that's okay, right? So whatever capacity you are, give as much as you can. It will support the system and make the system work. That's just the general idea. Okay, enough said. Chika, over
Yes.
to you. I think it's the end of the meeting, right?
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So I just to add more to that 20th reunion. I know we haven't decided on a date in December. I was hoping we could, maybe we'll probably put out a poll as we've done in the past, or anyway, I'll go back to the ESCOs for guidance on how we'd want to navigate that, and then we'll decide on a date, or we'll probably post it to the main platform so we can all decide on a date like we decided together on December. Oh, I see Chuma has his hand raised. Chuma, go ahead when you're done talking, then I'll speak.
All right. Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Chuma. I know many of us know me, but many of us, I just wanted to give kudos to all of you, from the finance team, from the governor, to everybody that participated in this. I'm so much overwhelmed because the joy I have when I saw those things the teachers posted there. I was so much happy. I just wanted to say thank you very much. Thank you to everyone, whether you contributed, whether you did not contribute. I just want to say thank you very much. It gives me joy whenever somebody comes and say, "Oh, you did this for me, you did this for me." I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you, especially the governors, our governor. I thank you very much. To the least person in this group, I say thank you very much, and God really bless you. You touched lives. You don't know what you did. You don't know what you did. You touch lives. There are some teachers, sorry to use this word, that cannot boast of that 50,000, or maybe they don't have it, but you touched lives. You made them remember who you are. You made them remember that these people taught you. Even when I was going through, so I saw some videos when I forgotten the teacher was carrying them at the back. I was so much happy. I was so much joyed. I just want to say thank you. God bless everybody. Thank you. Okay, that's the little I can say. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chuma. Thank you so much. Thank you. Nama, are you on? Are you available to speak? If not, I'll just add to that piece, the piece about the 20th reunion and what the vision is. Again, it's still up for deliberation. We don't have to do this. It's something we had been talking about internally, and we were eventually going to present it to the main platform. Isn't Nama on the call? I don't know if she's on. I don't see her. Okay. But anyway, just real quickly. So during our last, because we've had 2 ESCO debrief sessions following the CSR. During our last debrief, what I had shared with the ESCOs, and more ESCOs had also contributed to this as well. Chuba, you had the still raised. Did you want to still say something, or you're done speaking?
Sorry. I came late. I didn't join you people. But during the conversation, I was hearing somebody that has cancer. Understand? I just wanted to know, is she? I want to know the person. Sorry, to know how far she has gone and all this. And please, that's what I
Yes,
wanted to.
of course, of course. Thank you for asking. So the person is Adobe Uchidono. I don't know if you guys remember her. She's like big, huge, tall. So that's the person who has cancer. And if it helps for those of you who may have just joined, she has breast and lymph node cancer. And for right now, this is minus surgery. For chemo alone, we're looking at 6 million for treatment. We've graciously had a couple ESCO members that will be contributing towards that. Even our financial secretary Alkeba too has helped us. Like there's this one injection that she has to take before she started chemo, and she has to consistently take it. I think just that injection alone 600K. And so we were able to, Alkeba was able to find it somewhere for 350K. And then, I mean, people have been so gracious within the ESCO group, because Ada is originally based in Abuja, and I'm sorry if I'm giving too much information. I just want you guys to have context. She's originally based in Abuja, but she's had to come down to Lagos, for treatment. And Ebony has graciously offered her home, in Lagos, so that Ada can stay there. It's just that the distance from where Ebony's home to the hospital is really far. So the ESCOs on our own, we've been really working hard behind the scenes, trying to see how we can make things comfortable for her, also raising money amongst ourselves. The other thing we're doing is we've been trying to work out a schedule for people to go and be with her, like when she has her next. So she just had a chemo. Her first chemo was this past Wednesday. So for her next chemo, her first chemo was this past Wednesday, and Blessing, Rita, and Helen went to go visit her. They try to cheer her up, cook food, drinks, everything, just to keep her in high spirits. And then for her next chemo, I don't know if it's Favor or Hanala. So we're trying to drop a schedule whereby when she goes for chemo, because she doesn't really have support in Lagos, at least one person can go with her. So the ESCOs have been, in the midst of their busy work and lives, they're volunteering their time just to go and be with her, because chemo is for anyone who has had a loved one or friend who has suffered cancer and has had to go through chemo, it takes a lot of toll on your body, your mind, your health, like all of that stuff. So the ESCOs, we're trying to draw up a timetable where at least one person can be with her, when she goes to have chemo. And we're also looking at how we can involve, the broader alumni group. Tony, I'll take you 1 minute, please. If more people in Lagos, can volunteer their time to just go and be with her. It doesn't have to be money. If you don't have the money, that's fine. Just for somebody to be with her, hold her hand when she's getting that chemo, so she feels supported. Since her family is not in Lagos, her parents are old in Asaba, her brother is, anyway, just not to go into too much detail. So to answer your story, long and short, Adobe Uchidino is a person who has breast cancer. Yeah, Tony, over to you.
Sorry, for some reason, my mic. Please, I would like to be on the schedule to be with her. I don't know. Can I get more details from somebody? Maybe who Ebony, where the hospital is, and how we can do like
Thank
in
you.
rotation or something.
Yeah, I think is Alkeba, Ebony, you guys please advise. I think is it Victoria Island, VI?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll share all that information. Thank you so much, you guys, for everyone who's volunteering, who wants to be with her. Thank you, Izinwa. Thank you, Tony. This is what makes this set special. This is one thing I really appreciate about us. Just being there for each other, if nothing else. So thank you all so much. Those of you, like, I'm literally having chills as I'm saying this. Thank you so much for volunteering yourself, Tony. Thank you so much for volunteering yourself, Izinwa. And I see Busola, you asked for the location. I've mentioned it, but Alkeba, we'll put together a more comprehensive information and share it on the main platform. So I see account details as well. Yes, we'll share all that information. I think for now we're going to take everything in our regular in our regular ESCO account. I say ESCO, sorry, it's not classism. I meant that was a mistake. In our regular alumni account, not ESCO account, and then we'll disperse the funds. Yes, Kelva has shared the name, Lakeshore Cancer Center, VI, yeah, the clinic. So thank you all so much. This means a lot. This means a lot. Just being with her, holding her hand. This means a lot. Thank you so much. Like, we're so grateful. Any support, presence, money, anything. Thank you so much. We're so grateful. It's been a lot for the ESCOs to handle, you know, and we're still trying our best. We didn't just want to like drop it on the group because we know people are dealing with lives, you know, their life is life for so many people. So thank you all so much. We're so grateful for your support. And then does anyone have any questions before I slightly digress? So your hand is still raised. Did you want to say anything else? Okay.
Sorry, I wanted to say something. She's not at the hospital, so that we don't go there looking for her. She's not there, but she'll be going there for her regular checkup and medication and chemo, but she's not there, so you don't go there looking for her. If you want to, you know, meet her, maybe not in the hospital on the day she'll be there, or in where she's staying, just reach out to any of us, the ESCOs, and we can give you more information. But she's not at the hospital, please. So that you don't go there and, you know, look for her there.
Okay. Thank you all so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And I want to also say something, please. The visit shouldn't be like you're going to sympathize with her. That might bring down her spirit. Whenever you see her, whenever you talk to her, we just want that positivity, lifting up her spirit. When we saw her that day, man, it was not like she was sick. It was a vibe. So we really need that vibe to continue, because positive mindedness brings healing faster, so that she would know that we all have her back. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rita. And please, prayers. We need prayers for her and for yourselves. Pray for yourselves, pray for your families, pray for her. She needs a lot of prayers. It's hard when you don't have support. It's hard when your parents are elderly. It's even harder when you're it's almost like she's displaced. Her base is Abuja, but now she's in Lagos, you know. So please pray, lots of prayers. And I know at the end of the day, we are human beings. And sometimes, you know, the upbeat spirit, you know, when you're going through the motions and these things are happening, there will be moments when she may just feel tired and want to give up. So please constantly put her in your prayers, check up, call, just make it lively for her as best as you can. It's a tough situation, but we'll get through it by the grace of God. I have a confident assurance that she will be fine by the grace of God. So any way you can get creative, please. We need all the creativity now. We need to come together now. Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to digress. Does anyone have anything else to say before I digress? I want to be sensitive because it's a very sensitive topic. Okay. All right. So quickly on the 20th reunion, again, we did such a phenomenal thing as a group for a CSR. And something I was discussing with the ESCOs during our last debrief was I don't know how many folks are religious here, but I believe in Jesus. I love Jesus. I worship Jesus. I had been praying about our next steps for our reunion. I know so many people want to come party and we want to have fun, which is great. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that because we've worked hard for like a year. And I just had a leading in my spirit that it was time for us to empower ourselves as an alumni body. The reasons being that there's so many people at different stages in their lives. As some of us have been very privileged, like some of you, like I told the ESCOs, like I'm so blessed to work with such a phenomenal group, brilliant, educated, you know, people, smart, hardworking and all that. But for some people, that's not their reality. I mean, believe it or not, there are people in an alumni that are struggling to make ends meet. There are some people who couldn't afford an education. There's some people who have been looking for jobs. They haven't had jobs in the past, a stable job for the past 10, 20 years, still trying to find their feet. So many people are dealing with life. There's so many things we as the ESCOs, we have to filter. We cannot bring it to the main alumni platform. Trust me, there's so much I've heard, so much going on, so many people reached out to me, even the welfare at some point was bombarded. Like I felt so sad because it's such a small group, but the amount of requests they were being bombarded, like it was a lot. So I was thinking, as I was praying, based on what the Holy Spirit was leading, again, we don't have to do this. It's a suggestion up for deliberation. Nothing is set in stone. We're still deliberating as a group. Anyone on the alumni is also welcome to make suggestions. So I thought we have empowered the teachers, we have given back to them. It's time for us to empower ourselves as a set. Now, empowerment for me looks like, rather than just a party, which again, there's nothing wrong with that, we have something whereby, like, panels, is it panel? Yes. So we have a session where we have like panelists. We have some people, if you work for like a company, people, we have like recruitment teams come. So we have like a session a day of empowering ourselves, people in different fields, different careers, coming, talking, even amongst ourselves. It doesn't have to be like all external folks, because I know there are people who are well established in their careers. They're very brilliant. They know people, they have all the information. Like even amongst ourselves, having panelists, people talking, we talking to ourselves, empowering ourselves. And then the one thing I really wanted was for those of us that work in companies, if we could reach out to the recruitment teams in our companies so that they can come and set up tables and people can come with their resumes, particularly people who are struggling with jobs, who need jobs, or people who are trying to switch careers, but don't quite know how to go about it, or don't have the right connection, or, all of those things in place. So I was just thinking, it's a 20th anniversary. I love to see people around me rise. I love to see, people growing together. I've heard that thing that they say 20 friends cannot play for 20 years. I don't know how to say. I actually don't believe in that thing. I personally don't. I believe everyone can grow. Everyone has that opportunity to grow. Now, if you have the privilege to help someone grow and you choose not to, now that's on you. But in my own head, I think I just find that statement very derogatory. Like, I don't like it at all. I feel like people can grow. That's whole 20 years, 20 friends kind of, like, in my head, it doesn't make sense. But anyway, that's what I was thinking. I'm sorry, I sound like I'm rambling, but I was thinking more of an empowerment session for us. And then of course we can still have our party element, but just helping us lift ourselves up, going to the next level and all that. So with these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you, because then I've been talking a lot. If anyone has anything to say, please say something. But that's what I was thinking. Yeah, for that piece. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. I think we have 6 minutes left. Toby, is there anything you want to add? Or someone
Sorry,
has
please,
your
I
hand?
want to say something about the reunion. My own view is, yes, it's good we empower ourselves. I totally agree with that aspect. And then also, I would also want to suggest that we've done well for ourselves. We've achieved the CSR. So now it's for us to celebrate ourselves, get to re-know ourselves after 20 years. So I think we should have 2 days to ourselves. I buy that idea too. Now, it might not be a complete 2 days. It might be like a Friday and a Saturday each. Friday for arrival, meet and greet, empowerment, getting to know ourselves again, sharing our views about life, sharing experiences, just we know ourselves entirely, engage ourselves, do the empowerment, and then the next day we party and go home. It can actually be a 1 day or a 2 day activity, depends on how we plan it. If we want to use a full day, then it can be like a Friday. We come early, we start the activities of the empowerment and the getting to know ourselves better, sharing, and then praying together. And then finally in the night, we party, and then the next day we leave. So it can be a well structured meet and greet and party. I don't know whether I'm making sense, but that's it, sir. My suggestion.
Thank you so much, Rita. Nama has a hand raised. Nama, over to you, please.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Nice to have you guys here. Sorry, I've been on the road. I've been very busy. So, I know that I think I was called upon, but my network, I was struggling with my network, so I couldn't talk. Now, when it comes to the party, when it comes to the reunion, of course, we have a lot of time to talk. I heard Chika's suggestion about, somebody had come to me earlier to say, oh, can't we have webinars? Can't we have um and upliftment programs, webinars whereby if you are talking, look at those in the health section, they have done tremendously well. Somebody like Alkeba, somebody like Oke Akpojabo, they have actually called the people to come out and talk about these things, talk about these reproductive issues and what have you. So to everything that we need to help ourselves is within this Navsec OSIS group. If you are talking about you want medical advice, there are medical practitioners here that are willing to talk about these things, these issues. If you are talking about legal advice, I know, look at Tony Oyebode, she's a topmost lawyer. There are a lot of people. If you are talking about like politics, anyhow you want to, music, career, we get them. Now, that the webinar issue, I don't know how we want to go about it. And then the issue of real empowerment that you spoke about, which is like some people may say, when they do webinar, we never get ourselves, So the whole empowerment thing, I don't know how we want to go about it, but it's something we can still talk about off the radar. I mean, off the stage. Okay. Then the issue of the party, I don't know if it has been spoken about, but I know I was called upon to talk about the party. I want to assure everybody on behalf of my team, that is Zachang and Buchi and the entire ESCOs, that we are going to have a tremendous party. We're going to have an awesome party that will be spoken about. But the problem here is this: we need participation. If it's about party, we get them for body, we get them. Like anyhow you want enter us, we are ready. Do you understand? Anyhow, now want to do the party. Do you want to party all night? Do you want to whatever venue you want? We will help you. But the problem here is we need actual participation. It's not just that look at, well, yes, we are very, very grateful. On the day of the CSR, we had people coming from Abuja, people coming from, it was awesome, Better came, a lot of people, Ifeanyiwa and all of that. But for a party to hold, even if we donate everything, we need to actually have people on ground for it to be a reunion. It's not about saying that we want to just we want to party. For a reunion to be sweet, people have to actually be on ground. So it's not by volunteering or bringing out money alone. I'm saying this in front of. If it's Igbo, they say Ohaneze. I'm saying it in front of everybody here. If it's to criticize, I'll criticize. Those that but this one you are nodding head. You are coming from Glasgow for this Glasgow. You can coming for this party. Zachang, you're coming from Ottawa. Or where are you? You are coming from. So it's not by just throwing that money. Who now they throw that? Who will dance? Who will dance for you people? So if you say you want a party, you guys should also prepare to attend. That is the thing. And when you are doing party and people are not opening body, the thing will be bored. Like people will be like, this thing cannot be given. It's not giving the vibe it needs to give. And then when it comes to party, people will ask who they come. Say, Chika, no, they come. Now she just they speak English for Texas. We don't need that. Prepare to call. If people say, Chika is coming, no, so we need to, even these members that on that CSR day, you saw that some of the members that made that thing hot are those members that are not taught. But they came down, they made noise, do you understand? Everyone that is doing you know how Ezinwa, she just comes. But that day, she said Mr. Olaiwola was trying to flog Ezinwa. That video was too sweet. Do you understand? We need you guys to do what is given. That's what we are saying. It's not just by look at Jane on Wachuke. It's not just by Ezinwa had energy. Ezinwa went to do call on sir. That's what we need. We need who is scatter everywhere. So please, we have to go back to the drawing board and talk to our individual members. Say, look, there's something coming up. And this thing is coming up in December. No travel, leave village, or wherever, whatever it is. This is the day. So we need to actually get people on ground to be so revved up about the party. But we ESCOs, we are able and capable and available to throw that party you guys want. And again, we're talking about the ambience. Any ambience you guys want, we are going to still make like polls about the ambience. What kind of party do you guys want to be in? A red tie with champagne drinking, you people dancing ballet kind of? Is that what you want? You want to be in a Russian type of party, or do you want to be in a club like? So we need to the PRO. We are speaking about ambience because that ambience is what the group will have to decide on its own. Do you understand? How do you want the party to be? And we cannot do that without you people's, input about how do you want this party to be? Do you want it to be like, wearing suits, looking good, or do you want it to be like a like put your head down kind of thing? So that is what we will take our time from now till say around May. We are going to still deliberate around May, and we will deliberate on that thing, ambience, and when we want to have this party and what type of party we want. And like Rita rightly said, we have done well for ourselves. And in fact, the worst of it, I remember how sometimes Chika would just be trembling. I hope this thing will not mess up. I hope that CSR was, it was the hardest part of what we are doing. But I tell you that they said the devil is in the detail. So even little things even this party that looks easy, it can go and flop. That's what we don't want, that kind of thing. So please, guys, let us have the ginger and spirit to do this party. And we are going to still have like more of our, what's the name of this thing we're doing now? Sorry. I'm an illiterate. What's this meeting we are in? What's it? Town hall meeting.
Town
We're
hall.
going to town hall. We're going to have town hall meetings. We're going to have like other sessions. Don't take your eyes off the group. Just keep, anyhow, empowerment. God will do it for us. Is it about partying? We will party anyhow we want to do it. So please don't feel that let's just mute this group. Everything don't finish. No, we will come to your inbox to disturb you. So thank you very much. Someone said old school. Should we do an old school party? Should we like play BIG, Tupac, old school? Or anyhow we want to do it, we're going to talk about it. So thank you very much. I'm sure I've been verbose. I'm so sorry for taking up your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I think we have Fichiku raised up his hand, and then after that we'll round up. Thank you, Norma.
Good evening, everybody. Once again, I think I just want to respond to what Norma has actually pointed out. I think, as it concerns the party, I think that what we should focus on, especially the party, is getting everybody to RSVP for a particular period of the year. Because regardless of what vibe you want to go for, you need that number. You need a lot of people in attendance. So maybe we should do like a poll or something. Let's decide what time of the year we want to fix this party, and then use that to plan. Know how many people would RSVP, and RSVP means that if you mean send for everybody who's outside of Nigeria, if you mean sending your itinerary, like maybe privately to one person, I mean that's extreme, sha, but like send like your flight plan so we know you're coming. I think that would help. But I mean, maybe starting out to get people to come with a particular vibe for the party might not necessarily be what we should be talking about now. But I think we just need to focus on getting as many people as possible for that party. So I mean, this is still March, so maybe fix a date so that everybody plans for this period. It might not necessarily be like late into maybe December, maybe first, second week, so that people have time to do all of their dirty December, Lagos work and all those things. But like I think those are things that we should actually look at to the time, so that people can plan properly and maybe venue all those things. Maybe that's what we should focus on rather than the vibe.
Thank you, Fechuku. I'm seeing some traction on in the ESCO group to absorb you effective immediately. So you can start with the planning. I'll probably slide into your DM afterwards and see how you're feeling about joining the PGM team immediately. Okay, thank you so much. With that, I don't know, any other questions? Am I missing anyone who raised? I don't see any other raised hands. All right. So with that, Toby, please, over to you to round us up. Thank you all so much for joining and for your contributions and your questions and your feedback and the encouragement as well as the advice. Yes, thank you all so much. Toby, please, over to you.
Thank you so much, everyone. We will, some matters arising, we will send feedback first for the health thingy that we'll be working on. Next will be for the planning of the reunion in December. And every other follow-up. Typically, we come from Unoma since she's the PRO lead. And just enjoying us to take actions as we see fit. If we call on you for anything, we'll reach out to individuals personally to join certain things as well. For the purpose of what we'll be planning in the future. So all hands on deck and we will make this work. This meeting is being recorded, so Chika will share the link so we can keep tabs on what we've spoken about. While reachable, if you have anything, suggestions, questions, feedbacks, and all that, just reach out to us and let us know what you think. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
And this concludes our meeting. If you want to stay and chat, you're welcome to. But this officially concludes our meeting. Thank you all so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see your faces. It's been a while.
Oh no, you guys had on your cameras. Well done, no. Well done.
Irene. Adams, should be good. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you all too.
Toby,
I'm immobile. I'm on the road. I'm on the move, if you get what I mean. Yeah.
But you don't take me seriously. I'm just clowning, but then I get your point. I know, but you're just been smiling all through. What's happening now?
It's you know, you're the one now. I can see yourself.
Really part of my miming crew. I'm recruiting dancers.
No, but are you in Maiduguri? The way you're dressed.
I'll be part of
it.
it.
Somebody is like in the north.
I'm in the north.
Isn't one for energy? I swear. Like your energy is great.
Yeah,
Why is going to be the one to organize this party for us?
Are you kidding me?
If you don't come for the party,
if is going to be organizing, I don't mind. I will support you in every way.
Hey!
I'll be on Mozu. I'll be on.
If you don't come for that party, guy, I will come. In fact, we are going to see this party. We are going to muster people. I don't understand. I'm going to go and meet Emu1. Now, it's like she's all those
Everyone
are
will
hot
supply
drinks.
drinks for us.
And
That her drinks, boy. Perfect.
Which Bonnie Okoli? Which one is well done?
Sweet,
Normal, you need to
sweet
go
voice.
and revive the group on this
Normal, you are going to
next
bring
project.
MOI. You want people to go home with their heads.
Is it me that will revive the group
Just
for
make the
you?
list.
Wait,
Make the list.
PRO now, PRO levels.
How PR waiting?
And
You
Allah.
think I just a look now? I don't want to talk. It's him. When
How far? Who they find me, officer? How far?
Namio, I did. This one you just keep quiet. We won't hear
We
your
no
voice.
get light. We no get light. That make me quiet.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
I'm
Christopher
telling you, the
Helen.
light has been bad.
This is the conflict for you.
Christopher Helen.
Christopher. Me, I was already saying, Christopher.
Chica.
Come be woman.
Chica, we see
Which
you.
one be Christopher?
Hi, by the
I
grace
don't
of
know
God.
what to say about that, so they call
Chica,
her.
how are you?
No one released my passport. I don't understand. Since
Chica,
last
are you coming?
Uche says she's on power bike. Yeah,
yeah.
now a biker.
Oh my God.
By the grace of God.
Adams,
Angel
nice
just
to
passed.
see you guys again, man.
What Gabriel is this? Is this Gabriel? A big Gabriel Opala.
Is that the group? The one that just got married?
Yes, the one that
that guy, that one.
They do honeymoon. They come this town hall party.
finish. Gabriel, show your real face.
Gabriel, please,
Like you said,
don't
I've been on
come to
camera
this.
since no one saw me since. I've been on camera.
Hello.
Allah.
Another level.
Now, want to see your real face.
The shape of his head has not changed. It's still the same. That's nice.
For real.
Gabriel, please go and do your duties. No, we don't need you in this town hall meeting. This is too late. Is it not night where you are?
He's daytime.
Gabriel, please. We don't need you here.
You're right, but I need
People
to
like
show up. You
Anna
brought me here and I
to
said I'll
stay
come.
here. We don't need you out of here. We don't need you to leave this. Where is Anala? We need Gabriel. Go and build the future.
What is this? I heard you are looking for me. I've already said
Anna, I don't want to see you leave this meeting because the one you've done is enough. Gabriel, please. You need to leave this meeting.
You guys will see December.
Like Unama's voice hasn't changed. I think that's the most fascinating thing for me.
Oh,
like,
Busola.